Hi, everybody. Good evening. It's our time again. IQI Canada, Ray Teo, your host. And today we're going to talk a little bit of something different. See, in Canada, here we do have a special uh, items that call assignment sales. A lot of people might not know what that is, and most people will be wondering, what that is all about. And today we are very lucky to have two young ladies to be here to share this topic with us, which is the assignment sales. First, we would like to have Lilian. Lilian is here, and
Hi.
Davina. Okay, can you say those guys are here and say hello, Lilian? Can you say hello to the
Hello.
audience?
Hello. My name is Lilian, and I'm glad to here today. And briefly, I'm the realtor at the Juwai IQI, and also one of the team member
And
at the IQI Markham team, right?
yes,
Yeah.
well, this is part of our team. And next,
Yeah.
our beautiful lady.
Hello, everyone. My name is Davina. Nice to see you guys again. And I'm the same. We are in the same team, the IQI Markham. And yeah, we are focused on the residential sales in Markham region.
Yeah, and part of it, we do resale, right?
Yeah.
Resale, and most of them know what resale is. That means the home already in existence.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, what they do, these are homes that are already built and resale, already been there for many, many years. And the main important thing is like a lot of people doesn't know what is assignment sales. A lot of people just go draw a blank, what is assignment sale. So uh, who would like to start to introduce a little bit what is assignment sale? Lillian?
So,
Oh, okay. Yeah. Assignment sale is basically is when the people purchase the pre-constructions condo. Usually, the developer or the builder they give the permissions to the buyer to assign or sell the pre-constructions units they purchase to another person, which in this case the purchaser will avoid to pay like the final payments at the final closing day. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
it. And what about you, Davina? How do you understand what is assignment sale?
well, the assignment sale for actually it's I would say they use a selling a unit which is not built yet, right?
yeah, that's
So
true.
when the buyer purchase a pre-construction, they based on the floor plan, on the paper, on the site plan, they sign the contract with the builder, and they have the ownership of the unit and the house before it was built. And wow, there was still some time, usually like 2 to 5 years between you buy it and you actually own the unit and the house. And during this time, if you have something comes up or you want to give up the ownership, that you want to sell it to other person before the house and the unit was actually built, that we call the assignment sale. That means you are selling the unit, the right, you are owning the unit to the other person.
Yes, yes, yes. That's how people, because it involves a few individual that we have the assigner. Assigner actually is the person who actually buy from the contractors,
Mm,
developers. So
yes.
we assigner. So and then the assignee that comes in is the
Mm-hmm,
third party who actually comes in and want to buy from the assigner. Okay,
mm-hmm,
to make things easier, not so confusing. It's like, for example, Lilian is the original buyer from
Yeah,
me. Let's say I'm the developer. And then we have Davina that comes and say, hey, the building is almost up and I want it, right? So that's why where Davina will have to talk to Lilian because Lilian is the original person who signed the contract with the developer, which is me.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a very good example, right? And like Davina wants to buy it, so she will go to Lilian, and a realtor who usually involve you. This is very critical. You have to get an experienced uh, realtor like our IQI team, so that we are already done this before and we have known how to do it the right way, because it's a little bit tedious, a little bit complicated, because it involves one, two, three developer, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The assigner, which is the original buyer, and then the assignee, which is the person who wants to buy last when the building is up. So it's critical that you get a realtor who knows what is going on, right?
Yes, because
So
Yes.
yes,
yeah, Lillian, anything that you want to throw
yeah.
in?
Yes, because one of the reasons why I have to choose a good realtor is because a lot of the pre-construction projects, the builder did not, when you do the assignment sale, they don't allow the assigner or the original purchaser to do any public advertisements for that project. So that's why you have to have a very good realtor with a very good company that already has a big buyer basis, which is better to do the advertisement side.
Yeah, Davina, anything, any input?
Well, totally agreed with Lillian is that because the most of the builder don't allow the people to or realtor to advertise the unit before it was built, and it's quite a limited buyer potential buyer can reach the information. So the company and the realtor they all have a better platform that can help to advise the unit. That will be much helper, right? And yeah, that's that I think that's the most important part.
Yeah, most people they will wonder, right? Is it like this assignment sale? Is it worth it? Do I want to do it? How do I make money? How do I invest? And I realized that I've sold a few great many units to my buyer, who is
Mm-hmm.
an investor who buys unit, and then some of them they keep it, some of them they do it through assignment sale. What is the advantages of assignment sale, right? Because assignment sales, like, you get a few people involved before the closing, so you might involve the developer, right? So what
Mm-hmm.
are the few things that we need to be cautious? Anything that you guys can throw in, so that the people who wants to invest in this might need to know?
So I guess the first thing that the assigner have to notice that what's the conditions on the builder or developer side. When will they allow to assign the unit? Most of the builders they have some criteria. For example, they would like the unit was sold more than 95 or 90%,
Right.
or just like some builders they will require that maybe half a year before closing.
Mhm.
So yeah, so those are the because when you do the assignment, you have to get the letter or the consent from the builder. Without that, you cannot do that. So that's I think that's the most important part, right?
Yeah,
There's
because
an
I
yeah,
know. Yeah, sorry, Lillian, go ahead.
yeah, yeah. Another part is when the assigner choose to do assignments, they have to consider the tax consequence for their assignments. Because I know that's like since last year, the CRA, like the Canadian's Revenue Agency, they
Yes.
changed some like the tax principles, the tax policy for those people to do the assignments. So they're very concerned about what's the intentional initial purpose when you purchase the property. If the CRA question that's your initial purpose is for the investments, then they would like charge extra HST for the assignment sale. So when the assignor consider to do the assignment, they have to seriously consult their the taxpayer, sorry, the tax consultant to think about it.
Mhm. So, who is actually paying the HST? Is the final buyer, right? Who are paying the HST. So, the assigner will not have to pay because he didn't purchase any product from the developer. He just assigned his name. But again, you cannot pay double, right? It's the buyer who
Mm-hmm.
pays it,
Yes, well,
the
yeah,
final
yeah,
buyers.
yeah, final buyer, but yeah, that's true. And therefore, the assignor, there are capital gains they have. The CRA will charge HST for that part.
Oh, for the
So
gain? You mean
for the
for the
gain,
differences?
the
I
differences
see.
and yeah, and also the deposits the original buyer give to the builder is
Yes,
actually is included HST.
right.
So that HST is probably the CRA needs the original buyer to give back to them to the CRA.
Oh, I see. I see. That's a
Yeah.
kickback if the original buyer is actually
Yes.
use it for their personal use. If it's for
Yes.
investment, then they have to pay for the HST. So
Yes.
it's a little bit. This is a little bit tedious on a little bit thing confusing. But I would recommend that they talk to
Yeah. The
their
taxpayer.
accountant, right, and see because everybody subject to how this thing is done. But as far as I'm concerned, I know that the final buyer, right, or the assignee will have to pay HST. That's a good question. So, and usually investors they like to buy the property. See, during the developer set out on the first uh, the development, right, and then they always sell it to their family. The first phase, right? They do is like they lower the price to achieve the requirement needed by the bank to get financing, right? Is
Mm-hmm.
that how
Yeah.
the assignment happens when they actually like, okay, I have a 300 units condo coming up, and now they launch the first launch, right, from the developer. They might have to acquire some sales before they approach the bank. Is that true?
Well, I guess that's the way the developer they do, right? So it really depends on. So usually when we help the client board the pre-construction, and after the purchase the unit, the developer need them to provide a letter that they was the mortgage was approved by the bank, right? So
Yes,
I
yes.
guess that's maybe the same purpose as Ray mentioned, that the developer need to get rid of those like burdens from the bank.
Yeah, you know why? I always tell my client, right, for investment. That's why when they buy properties that's pre-construction,
Mm-hmm.
say at the initial stage, the developer will give you a special price, right?
Mm-hmm.
They give you a maybe 25,000 or 50,000, right? All
Yeah.
depends on the unit discount when you purchase it at the initial phase. Then after that, when they after they achieve a certain goal, right, and then they will go to the second phase of marketing.
Yep.
Then they will say, okay, now the price go up like another 10%.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's how they go up. And then when final phase, when they all build up, right? So when they are all done, then they might say, hey, now is the original price. So by that time, the property, let's say for example, if you buy at 600,000 during the 3 years period, the property has increased, especially in Toronto area, right? GTA is
Yeah,
going crazy. So where if you buy 4 years ago at a price of 600,000, by the time it's ready, I would say it's going to be like 800,000, right? That
yeah,
would be the increment of the property as it goes because of the scarcity. Like everything is ready to go, all built up, and I think that is a thing that assignment happens. It comes up. Some investors are doing that to make like with their 10 to 20% down payment, right? And then they will make another 50% or more on the profit based on their 10 and 20% return, which is quite substantial.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you agree?
Yes, and that's the beauty of pre-construction, right? And assignment. You can use leverage to get a lot because the housing market in Toronto is so crazy.
I know, eh? And
Yeah, when you buy it
I
at the first stage and before it close, you might get maybe at least I would say that at least like 100 grand in pocket, right?
yeah,
wow, about 3 years, right? About
Yeah,
3 years,
yeah.
four
three
years
three to three
project.
4 years, right?
So that will be the return on your investment. If you buy let's say a penthouse or something, right? So you come out. So less than a million now is like 1.5 million, 1.3 million. So that's how it goes up. So this is the beauty of the assignment. So a lot of people still don't know, like how do they say, hey, how can I get approval? Because if I put only 10% down or 20% down, right, until closing. So how does the bank do it? Any idea?
Lilian?
Uh, you means like how the people like get the mortgage at the final
Yeah,
close?
get a mortgage at a time because the building is not all built up yet. So, but is it still based on their income or just
Well,
based on investment?
when the final closings, when the bank
Yeah.
give the mortgage, they actually do the assessments of the property based on the current market, which means is the closing price. But as we say earlier, usually the price already going up to reflect the current market price, right? So for a lot of like initial like the original buyer, so it won't be a problem for them to get a mortgage. But as I say, because the bank will change the mortgage policy, so some people may not be able to get a mortgage because of their income level. So the people will choose to do assignment before the final closing so that they don't need to do any mortgage from the bank. So that's one
Wow.
of the beauty of the assignment sale.
Okay. But what happened if they cannot sell the property? Then they are stuck with it.
Yeah, they have no choice to choose to closing the property. If not, if they cannot close the property, then the builder may set the buyer to be in default. So actually, one of my the original purchaser has these problems that
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah, he cannot close the deal, and then the the developer, the builder, take back the units, and then in turns also do the lawsuits for the buyer.
That
wow. So,
that
Yeah,
that's bad.
that's bad.
Es-
That's bad.
Especially in
oh,
this market, right?
Yeah, actually, it's last year or 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Yeah.
Well,
So it's not
maybe,
for everybody, right? So when they close, but you cannot do the assignment sale so that you can sell it to somebody. You'll make some money
yeah,
or not even making any money, right?
yeah.
Because I
I,
know the property will go up, right? Last year
Yes.
it happens. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. But the thing
So
is, like the builder knows when you purchase the pre-construction projects, they need you to have what's that, the mortgage approval letter, kind of
mhm,
mortgage approval letter at the
yes,
beginning.
yes,
Yes.
definitely. It's within
Yes.
within the 30 days, the 10 days span, right? So
mhm,
after you sign the assignment, you sign the agreement, you have 10 days, right?
mhm,
To
Yes.
whether you are going to be you take it or there's a cooling period. That's what we call it. So if you decide to go with it, then within 30 days you have to pay the 5% of the purchase price, and then on top of that you have to get a mortgage
mhm. Yeah.
Yes.
approval, right? So usually people have no problem doing that, and then they will actually have a chance to purchase, right? So
Yeah,
Yes.
so yeah, and that's why the assignment here, right? So if anything change between you purchase the unit and the closing, that's still like 3 to 4 years, even 5 years, and things change, right? So
yeah,
if you have anything come up and you can do the assignment, and the assignment will help you like change or transfer those like opportunity or any risks to the other people.
Yes.
oh, I
So
see, I see. So let's say some people like COVID, right? They lose their job.
yeah,
So when it's closing, let's say it's closing this month, and say, "Oh my God," you
that's
know,
too close. On 1 month, it's better to
Yeah.
plan ahead.
yeah, yeah, like
Yeah,
4 years ago, everything was good. Everybody is making money and they've been pre-approved. Everything is good. So now, right now, 4 years later, the building is up, all ready to go, and they can close. Somehow
yeah,
the bank say, "Hey, you didn't have income anymore," so they have to uh, sell, right, by assignment sale. Is that
hmm,
how we come about, right?
yes, you can.
Yes.
You
Okay.
can definitely do that.
Okay, and then most of the time that people always ask, right? Say they are scared because they have to come up with lots of money. So I know, and we all know that they are not supposed to go. The CMHC will cover only 20%, right?
Hmm.
Not more, or equivalent to 150,000, right? So Canada, that's what is good about that. You cannot go more than that. If you pay more than that, CMHC will not cover.
Oh.
Okay.
So, yeah, so always remember, right? We all know that the client, if any clients come in, they say, hey, if a developer asks your client that, hey, Ray, can you help them? Unless you are a foreigner, they require 35% down.
Yes,
Yes.
But if you're a Canadian or PR here, right? So your requirement is only 20%, not more.
I think the
Or
maximum 20, right?
yeah, maximum 20 and not more than 150,000.
Mm-hmm, hmm.
Gotta remember that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes they purchase big and then you have to come down with 200,000. They ask 20%, you got 1 million, right? 200,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the money comes in. So you can always argue with the developer, right? So it is a good thing to know. You say,
Yeah, it's a
okay,
good thing
that's
to
good.
know.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially
don't
those
put.
like houses before. It's usually more than 200,000, right?
Yeah, so remember that CMSC will only cover 150,000. So excellent. That's a good thing that we are going to talk about. Any other things that what is the advantages and disadvantages we talked about just now, right? The
Mm-hmm.
disadvantage if the market goes down and you lose your job, we might have a problem.
So you can do the assignments. It's not a problem. right?
Yeah, yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
So
do a
anyone
test.
who is looking to do assignments, there are a few of my clients who does this. Is like they have their house pay off,
Mm-hmm.
right? What they do is they pull a line of credit, right, and then they use that money to roll. It's like investment. you
Yeah.
know they 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 use it within 2 years. They pay like, if you use your house as a collateral, the interest is low, not so high.
Mm-hmm.
Maximum is up to 4%, right? So all depends on individual, right, on your credit.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's 3 to 4% on your line of credit, you pull out and you use it to invest, and if you could double that amount, that is a
Good
upper
investment.
hand. Like, you make like 100%.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, like, if you're talking about 4 years on your investment, is like 25% every year. For 4 years, you gain from 200,000, let's say 150,000 you put in, and then 4 years later, you gain another 100 or 150,000, which is a beautiful, especially in the city of GTA, city of Toronto. They're going crazy. We are from like 500 square feet now. $500 a square feet now is more than 1,200 square feet if you invest in downtown. So even here in Scarborough, you're looking at like, Markham area, looking like 900 to $1,000 square feet
Mm-hmm.
easy. So by I can assure you, 4 years back it was only like 600, and you think it's high, right? So as it goes, every property goes up. So overall, I think assignment sales is a good buy for investor, especially those have some extra cash
Mm-hmm.
that you can do it, pull it out from your own saving. If you put it in the bank, you get nothing. And basically, today the interest is so low. So my advice for investment purposes is not a good thing to buy GIC or anything. Just put your money there. What, 3%, 2%, even less, right?
Yeah.
So if you are looking for investment property like assignment sales, Lilian and Davina or myself, give us a shout. We'll give you all the pros and cons on this kind of assignment sale, so that everybody can make some money on top of whatever the assignment sale is all about. So Canada, we allow assignment sale, and there might be other people involved. There might be a lawyer, a
Mm-hmm.
developer, and what we do is with experienced realtor like us, we can actually work in your favor, because some developer, we can negotiate with them. There's a free assignment. What it means, like, the developer will not charge any fee on top of their regular administration fee. Sometimes they charge $1,000 for administration fee,
Mm-hmm.
and plus on top like another 5,000 for their service fee or whatever. So you got to be careful. There are certain hidden fees by the developer. They say, okay, free assignment, but there's always an assign. They call it the a small minor fee, administration fee on it.
Yeah.
So gotta be really careful when this thing happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
and also the again, if you're buying from assignment sale, right? So from the assigner, let's say I'm the assignee, I'm going to buy a unit from the seller who is actually who have a contract with the developer. So you got to be careful. You have to know what you have to pay, what they have paid, right? The
Mm-hmm.
amount to adjust is quite tedious, because there's so many things. There's other land development costs that might be
Mm-hmm.
involved, right? So whether is the buyer, the assigner, have already frozen there's a maximum land development charges. There's
Mm-hmm.
always other charges involved. So I have a buyer that came to me after they bought something. They walk into the developer office and they bought something they think is good. Oh, I went direct to the developer, but they didn't know there are certain charges like this. I asked them, I said, what is the thing? What happened? He goes, oh, Ray, I went into the developer. Now I'm getting my house. All of a sudden, I see a 25,000 on developing charges. I look at her, I say, wow, you should have find us, the realtor. We know what
Yeah.
to save you money. But they walk in there, they thought they get the best deal, which is wrong. Okay. So we are the one that works for you, the buyer. And the salesperson in their office is working for the developer. So of course,
Yeah.
uh, again, people have to realize that with Davina and Lilian, we all have been doing all these things here in Toronto, and Toronto is quite hard. You see everything here. There's assignment sale here and there, and if you're looking for a good deal, there are also some distress sale, like what Lilian was saying, right? They already
Yeah.
put down some money and then they cannot get the financing because they lost their job and they have already deposited in there, like 20% deposit down, and they cannot complete the transaction. They might get a lawsuit from the developer. Sometimes they might say, hey, I'll give you, you can buy this deal for half or at a discounted price
Yeah.
and take over,
Mm-hmm.
and they assign it back to you. So there are things that happen. Like last year, it happened to Lilian, right? So if
Yeah.
somebody comes and say, "Hey, Lilian, I'm looking for a property there," Lilian would be really happy to say, "Hey, the other guy cannot get the mortgage, cannot finish the complete the transaction. Lilian is the person to look for, right?"
Yeah.
So very well. So this is the assignment sale in Canada, and when I was in Asia, in Malaysia, we have lots of auction sale over there. I was there for 3 years, and they do auction. And again, auction can happen. I was in Florida, so doing the in Kissimmee when this was like way back about 2009, 2008, when they are having trouble there. The condo and the housing was going crazy because everybody cannot pay in the states, especially in the states of Florida. However, a few of my clients bought the auction. Imagine this auction, the vacation, those things.
Mm-hmm.
They were going like, what do you call that? The vacation thing. You pay like 20,000, 30,000. Those package are like timeshare.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah, they were.
well,
Yeah, they
timeshare.
timeshare. Yeah, timeshare in Florida. They were going like 30,000. When you buy them, it costs about 30 to 50,000, and you're entitled for 4 weeks or 6 weeks in a year, right? To stay for free,
Yeah.
and then you have to pay. You know what? I went there and I saw the timeshare is selling for $100 a timeshare. Wow. And people are grabbing it. Those people, I was scared because I don't know what is this timeshare. And then, you know why? We don't know how far they didn't pay tax or they owe how much. Yeah, timeshare, we can talk about it more about timeshare. Timeshare, you have to pay monthly fee if you own a timeshare, right? And timeshare is good and bad. Timeshare, you can share your time. Let's say you want to go Europe, you can. The company has some uh, timeshare in Europe. You can say, okay, instead of Florida for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I trade it in Europe. That's where it comes about. Timeshare is good about that.
Mm.
Yeah, you don't have to stay in the same place. at the same time, as long as in the same company. So they have timeshare all over the world. So you don't have to say, oh, I got to pay 2 weeks of holiday here and there. Next topic, maybe we'll talk about it, timeshare. And
Perhaps.
Yeah, that's a
it's
new one.
That's a new.
yeah, you guys heard about it.
Yeah,
I
Yeah, a
we
heard
lot of
do.
about
people
it.
own it.
But
But again, you think, hey, I own a timeshare, I pay 20,000 US, and you think that's it? No, actually, every month you still have to pay the fee, like a maintenance fee, the property tax. You own it. Sometimes shares are really good. You can sell it, and like 15,000 you bought, maybe you can sell it for 25. Some you can sell it, but sometimes shares are not managed properly.
mhm,
That's why they say,
Mm.
when the time is bad, people don't pay like even $85 a month. You have to pay like, ranges from 40 to 85 to 120 a month to maintain your timeshare. You own it, but you only own about 3 to 4 weeks, and then you gain points. Yeah, if you don't use it, you get more points. So and then maybe you own like from 3 weeks to 4 weeks to 5 weeks to 6 weeks. Some of my friends who bought the timeshare, they even sell out. They can rent it out their timeshare for a week, and then you get money. So that's another way of doing it. So the more you get, the more points and the more weeks you get. So that's how timeshare is all about. Again, next time we're doing real property. The timeshare is not real. Is maybe it's yours, maybe it's not, and you have to book it, right? So it's totally different. And I think today we talked a lot about assignment, and to know about assignment is to see like what is the pro and con, right? The
mhm,
pro is like you make money when the property goes up, and then if you have money sitting doing nothing, that is a pretty good thing. That's the pro, right? So that you can double your money within 3 to 4 years. Or
mhm.
again, when times come, you can purchase properties. Keep on going in Canada, in Toronto area, especially GTA. So we are the GTA agent, and we are the person to look for, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
Okay.
Okay. Any
So,
Okay.
last word, Davina?
well, I think you guys pretty clear to tell what assignment is,
Yeah,
and I guess our audience will get the first impressions of what is assignment. And of course, there is still a lot of like details we have to go into in different
right.
deals, right? So
Yeah.
because different builder and different assignment is different, so we have to see closely.
Yeah. That's true. We have to
Lilian?
we have to deal with like case by case.
Yeah.
So each
Yeah,
case
of
is
course.
different. Yeah.
Different developer. Again, there's on the downside is some developer might go downhill, but
Yeah.
but right, you never know. Most of the time, but Canada is more legit. Our developer is more. They are bonded. They are very secure. Most of them, right? So
Yeah.
it can happen,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
But
it can happen.
yeah,
It's
that's the
better to
pro.
purchase. Yeah. It's purchased to
So
go to the reputed builder, like
yes, yes.
Tridel, right?
Reputation, and we
Yeah.
do a lot with Tridel, and those are good, right? Crown communities, and we do a lot of other good developers in town. Okay, good. So having
Okay.
said that, thank you very much, Davina and Lilian, for joining me tonight, and happy New Year to everybody.
Happy
And
New Year,
Happy New
everyone.
yeah, happy New Year. Bye.
Year.
Bye.